Valtteri Bottas has just released a subtle but undeniable hint about his Formula One future, and it's clearer by the day that Cadillac is right at the top of his list of preferred choices for a shot comeback in 2026. But with 2 seats to be filled on the American team, the question on everyone's lips is, who gets the second seat? More notably, can Bottas take Cadillac to new heights from day one? As always in Formula One, the silly season speculation never stops, especially when a driver like Bottas becomes available again and wants back on the grid as soon as possible. Earlier this week, the Finn teased fans with a cryptic clip where he checks out a Cadillac. And let me tell you, the clues were not at all subtle. While checking out the car, Bottas playfully nodded towards the seat, calling it very nice, then looked directly into the camera and asked, "Do we like the seat?" before smiling and saying, "Just kidding, 2026. But that wasn't the final straw. The cameraman then asked Bottas whether he enjoyed sitting in one of the 2 on-hand seats, and with a sly smile, the 10-time Grand Prix winner responded, "Not yet." This was no accident. This was a clever wordplay by someone who's been around a while and clearly knows more about Cadillac's intentions than he's letting on. As it stands, this is the best lead Bottas has dropped about his immediate future in racing, and really, it is absolutely understandable. Other drivers' futures are secure, so why hasn't Cadillac made a formal advance for Bottas's services yet? Let us not forget, Bottas is no newcomer. He's a race-winning tested quantity, a former top qualifier from his time in Mercedes, and one of the most consistent second drivers on the grid in the last decade. He has also gained valuable experience with Ferrari engines at Sauber and Alfa Romeo. Experience which might be gold dust to Cadillac, who will be racing Ferrari engines in 2026. But watch out, in F1, fortunes can change overnight, sometimes within hours. Nevertheless, the indications are quite plain. Bottas covets Cadillac, and Cadillac is appearing to leave its doors open, with Bottas very much in the running. The Finnish pilot is champing at the bit to demonstrate that he still possesses the quality, even if he's taking a breather in 2025. And why wouldn't he be certain? Ferrari engines have a good record, and Cadillac could be in the midfield fight sooner than anybody thinks. Here's a bit of an interesting twist. Cadillac has not announced any driver officially yet. That could be why there's been no deal with Bottas. The sticking point could be duration. Bottas has been clear as day. He will not sign up for 1 year. If it's a long-term plan, he's on board. Otherwise, he's gone. So here's the million-dollar question. Has Cadillac taken Bottas's offer? It makes sense. Bottas needs to drop hints, build the buzz, and get the fans excited. There is a thin line, however, between teasing and overpromising, especially without the Cadillac word yet. If there is a contract in place, what is Cadillac going to get out of it? Plenty. Bottas would bring old-school experience, guiding development, recognizing where improvements could be made, and offering biting, high-level critiques of how the car responds. That's incredibly valuable for a first-time F1 team. He'd map out the learning curve and get Cadillac on the fast track. Bottas isn't here to fill space. He's here to deliver, and his career statistics confirm that. He's not necessarily the future of Cadillac's next decade, but on this day, he's exactly the kind of driver they need. I do believe that if he shows some optimism and leadership skills, he'll be part of the American squad until at least 2030. Let's not forget the fact that Cadillac wants to promote young talent as well, including Colton Herta. Although the current Indy 500 driver doesn't have a lot of hope to be racing in Formula One sooner rather than later, he's been dubbed to be the next big project of the American team. But if he misses out on this opportunity, it's not like other drivers are not going to jump in like piranhas and fight for the seat. So who says no to a potential lineup of Bottas and Perez? Both of them had the same role in a top-performing team, being the second driver. Both of them have to prove that they can lead the team in an individual manner, and both of them are extremely popular in the world of F1. The big difference is that Perez is more packed on the financial side, with his sponsors being ready to pour in as much as $30 million when it comes to securing him a seat. Bottas, on the other hand, has a better resume. He's never missed a Q3 appearance while driving for Mercedes from 2017 to 2021 and won 4 more races than Chico 10-6. But in Miami, there have been talks that the management of Perez had a talk with Andretti, the team director of Cadillac. The former F1 champion stated that the interest in Checo is very big because the performance of Lawson and Tsunoda proved that the Red Bull car might be cursed. What we've seen from Perez in the Austrian team in 2024 was definitely criminal. But at the end of the day, money talks for a team that is yet to pierce the market and secure sponsorships from companies who are long-standing in the world of F1. Perez will definitely bring tons of value. Not only that, but his experience is something that can help the American squad in pushing for greater results and building the team with a faster pace when talking about a potential move to Cadillac and whether that would be something that would interest him. Perez said, "If I find a project that motivates me fully to come back, where the team believes in me, and where they appreciate my career, my experience and everything that I can bring to the team, it would be very attractive to consider it." Let's not forget the other young drivers who Cadillac has expressed interest in. Joe and Schumacher. Joe's manager Graham Ludden is the team principal of Cadillac. And this is something that bodes very well for the Chinese driver. But if we are talking honestly, his performance in Saba was a bit questionable. I don't think Cadillac would be very hyped up that Joe is on the market, at least if we put the money factor aside. If we take the sponsorships into consideration, then Joe sits right there with Perez in terms of financial endorsement. Not only that, but the Chinese driver could help the American company in setting a foot on the Asian market, something that they've struggled with for a longer period of time now. When it comes to Schumacher, it would be more or less giving him another chance, when everyone else dodged his services after the comment from James Val that the American driver isn't anything special. Hence, he wasn't considered as Sargent's replacement. Nothing has gone in mixed way, even with drivers like Vettel trying to convince the team that he has the talent. He just needs the chance. It's not looking very good from this point of view, and if the Cadillac project doesn't turn itself into reality, I think Mick can consider his Formula One career to be over. So what do we have right now? When it comes to Cadillac, the American team is taking things into slow consideration and isn't rushing anything as they should. When you have so many options on the table, you tend to have long talks with the candidates because you're also testing their patience. It's not like they're gonna jump in the car and start scoring pole positions or fighting for podiums right away. They would have to be patient with the progress, and it's essentially going to transfer into how much the team will grow with the lineup they're going to enter the sport with. Money is important. That is something that has been concluded by Cadillac's executives, but it's not like they are going to base the entire judgment on this factor. There is still the chance of Andretti going for a combination of an experienced driver and a young driver, similar to what Audi committed to with Bortalto and Hülkenberg. The formula seems to be working so far, and what the team needs to do is provide a solid car for competing with the rest of the grid. That would be the mission for Cadillac, and that would be the mission for Bottas, who is now slowly but surely closing the chapter of being a reserve driver and returning back on the grid with all this in mind. Do you think that Bottas secured his seat with Cadillac after the subtle messages he's been sending in the video? And more importantly, do you see him in a highly competitive format with the American squad? Let us know in the comments below. And once you do that, make sure to click on the video that appears on your screen right now.